Hello, my dear congregants, and anybody listening to this Dvar Torah. I want to share with you a short insight, some words of chizuk for Parshat Yitro. The primary story in Parshat Yitro is Kabbalat HaTorah at Har Sinai. Preceding this, we're told about Yitro coming. He is awed, inspired, when he hears about what Hashem did, the miracles Hashem performed for Am Yisrael, Vayishma Yitro, Vayavo, and he comes and he joins the Jewish people for this epic event. Now, there is a debate about whether Yitro really came before or after Matan Torah, famous Machloket at Parshanim. The Ramban, Nachmanides, argues that Yitro comes before Matan Torah. The Torah presents things in a chronological order, and there's a logic to this. Because if Yitro had come after, then he would have also said to Moshe, I'm coming. Wow, I heard about Har Sinai, and that would have been another motivation for him to come. Clearly, he must have come before, because he just heard only about Kriyat Yam Suf and Yetziat Mitzrayim. In contrast to the Ramban, we have the Rashbam, who tells us Yitro came after Matan Torah. He came afterwards. How do we know? Because he sees Moshe judging the people about the laws, the Torah, the Chukim, and clearly this is after the Torah had already been given. Yitro also comes to Har HaElokim. He comes to Har Sinai. The Jews are clearly already at Har Sinai, so he believes Yitro really came afterwards. But here's the fundamental question for the Rashbam. If Yitro came afterwards, why does the Torah present it as if Yitro came before Matan Torah? And here we have the incredible insight of the Ibn Ezra. He says the Torah is teaching us an important lesson. In the last parsha, the very last story is a story of Amalek. Non-Jews, enemies who come to attack us and want to destroy us and eradicate us. Here we have another example of a non-Jew, but who's coming to us not to fight, but to join us. He's inspired by us. He's moved by us. And we have a contrast between Amalek and Yitro. And it teaches us in a world in which we see a lot of enemies around. Anti-Semitism, anti-Zionism is everywhere. It's pervasive in the West, in the East, everywhere. It's good to know. It's important to remember. It's possible the majority is an Amalek, but there's always the Yitro, the light, the Chasidei Umot HaOlam, who recognize our truth, and they come and they join us. And they ally themselves with us, and they throw in their goral, their destiny with us. We have a fabulous example of that this week. Julia Sebutinde. I've never heard of her before, but she's a judge who represents Uganda, and she's sitting on the ICJ court, the International Court of Injustice, and she is the one member on the court who rejected every single one of the proposals that was, calling for, arguing that Israel has committed genocide against the Palestinians. And kol hakavod to her. Wow, what a righteous woman. She's the first African woman to join this panel. And she said this is just a politically motivated trial. And ironically, the country of Uganda said, well, we don't associate with her view. We don't agree with her view at all, which just reinforced that they saw this as a political decision. They disagreed with her political decision, but they recognized that this is just narishkeit, and this is pure, this is politics. This is nothing to do with justice. But there are people out there like Yitro, lights unto the nations, who teach us that, you know what, even if there are all these bad guys out there who are looking to defeat the Jewish people, there are good people as well. And it reminds us to keep our heads up, to be hopeful, to look for those people, to embrace them, and to recognize that there's a lot of light out there in the world. We just have to search for it a little bit. Wishing you all a beautiful Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom.